All right. Welcome to the Authentic Take Night Shift. Let's see how y'all like this, and we definitely will be doing more of these. And honestly, when my kids go to sleep, I got all these, sports thoughts going, and just wanted to make content out of it. So we going live. It's yours truly, the Authentic Take, and um, just make sure you hit the like, helps the channel. Make sure you subscribe. Trying to get those subscribers up, um, so we could be at the top of the world. Um, and I used to do these, a while back, but I kept getting flagged when I was under my other moniker. But I like doing this, so um, I'm just gonna go into my like YouTube feed and stuff, and like talk about like current like sports stuff, other sports videos and stuff like that. And I'll talk about my other BS, the Warriors, the Niners, what's trending in sports right now. So um yeah, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get to it. Right. Okay, here's a topic. Okay. Uh the whole Ryan Clark getting fired from ESPN, you know, that guy, I'm sure he just got cut for financial reasons and stuff. And it is what it is. You've seen ESPN in the last couple of years, going through these situations, and it's really for financial reasons. It's just kind of like it seems like they could only really afford to go crazy on Stephen A. Smith, but all these other guys, they're all on the chopping block. There was other notable guys like Cam Newton, who I liked. He's himself. Like I like the way like he's not trying to be anybody else, and um, he's very flamboyant, has his own style, and he was very big when they would go on the college tours with ESPN and First Take. So I liked him in that, but I just think he was caught up in the crossfire of all the firings. And back to Ryan Clark, he had a few instances where it's like when you go back and look at the resume, you're kind of like, this is one we could afford to let go. He has great NFL sports knowledge, and he does kiss Stephen A's, you know what? So I just I feel like when he kind of barked at that nobody, whoever that dude was. I think it was on Get Up with ESPN, and he's like, "See, you're talking from the fan perspective. You're not a player. You don't understand." And how could you really knock him for saying that? Like, really? He's a player. He got the experience. So I think people were like, oh my God, I can't believe he said that. So it just sucks. It's like I was very used to this guy on there, and now like in the like week or two since that happened, I don't even know if it's been like 2 weeks yet. Is like these geeks that are on there now look like wearing suits like they're from Dumb and Dumber. I'm just like, I don't trust you. I don't think you know your crap. Do you? Do you? But that's my opinion on that. Like, it's just unfortunate. And even I'm not into baseball like crazy. Like I'll tune in, but I'm not like when I was younger, in my teens, like early teens. I used to take stats on baseball and just be in love with baseball. I was so into the Giants, San Francisco Giants, and now like it sucks. Like I'm waiting for it to pull me in, and it just has not pulled me in. Um, and but one of the guys that I really liked, ESPN let go Carl Ravitch. He was one of the guys on Baseball Tonight. I loved watching those guys. Harold Reynolds, I think it was. He used to play for the Mariners. But Carl Ravitch was, you know, one of the mainstays. I think he worked for ESPN over 30 years, and it's unfortunate that he is no longer there. And wasn't just Ryan Clark. Everybody's kind of focusing on him. You know, he's crying on his podcast, The Pivot. Shout out to The Pivot. I like The Pivot podcast. It's really good. Always gets big guests and everything. But he's over there crying over there, and I I get it. I get that. You know, he's emotional that he lost his job. You know, I think we've all been there. But I was surprised that I think Shady McCoy, LaShawn McCoy, said he thinks it was kind of like a production. And I'm glad I'm not the first person to say that. And I'm not saying that I agree because I didn't really watch that whole podcast. I was about to, and then I was like, I'm over this stuff already. But yeah, um, I don't know. It's a tough world we live in, and even the high profile, you know, they get cut sometimes. And with ESPN, I kind of feel like the only guy safe is Stephen A. Smith. And right now, what I feel with that guy, I think day after day that comes now, he just becomes more full of crap. I used to like love him, like just always hang on like every word, and now it's just like, yeah. But let's see what else we got there. Um, well, I guess I'll talk about this a little bit. Look out on Monday. I'm gonna be dropping my segment, Top of the Dome. It's gonna be involving 49ers and Ricky Pearsall. So, and his whole PCL injury, re-injury, his knee swelling, and everything, and it's not confirmed, but he could be out until next year. He could be out the whole season. So, um, I just my whole concept on Monday is going to be like if it's avoidable or not. So, um, I just I think it was avoidable. I think just some wrong decisions were made, and um, yeah, I just think wrong decisions were made. You know, as soon as I wasn't aware that he had to possibly think about surgery in the off season, and he was doing those workouts. Like he went to Japan, he was doing workouts. He went to, um, um, I heard he was in New York at Central Park. You know, just pulling out the cones, doing workouts and stuff, route running and stuff, which I commend of him. But when he put those videos out, and it was, I think right before or at, but I think it was before OTAs, and he had a knee sleeve on. I was like, this guy ain't good right now. He's not good because me, I sprained my knee like probably about like 7, 8 years ago now, and when it gets cold, that still hurts, and I probably wear a knee sleeve daily, and that actually helps my mobility. And I have nothing near what Ricky has, a PCL, sprain that he was dealing with all last year. Every time he would come back, he would re-injure it. So I just know by having that knee sleeve on that he was not going to be good. He was good day one of training camp, but now we had to sign Debo because this guy is in flux right now. So I'll have more on that on Top of the Dome on Monday. So make sure you tune into that. But let's see what else we got cooking. Let's see if I could switch it to maybe NBA. See if there's anything cooking out there. Um, oh, something that I haven't really um, talked about or gave my 2 cents about is Kawhi Leonard and being traded to Toronto might go down as one of the worst things in history because that trade might go backwards and he might go back to LA to the Clippers and everybody's like, oh, everybody's a professional about it. You know, everybody knows that if they go back to their situations, they'll be okay. But it's like, this is a monumental trade. And now, because allegedly on some like Sopranos stuff, you know, um, Kawhi allegedly got a no show job and got paid for it. And I'd be surprised if Kawhi was like even in on anything like that. Like he's so quiet, off to himself. Like what do they call that? Recluse or recluse. Like it's just so weird. And so it's like, Brandon Ingram is like kind of like waiting to see where he's gonna go. Am I going back to Toronto or I'm just gonna be in LA? Same with your boy with that weird name, Grady Dick. He was part of that trade. So it's kind of weird, especially when these teams like the Clippers made it a point where we want to get young. So that's what they did by getting Brandon Ingram and Grady Dick. I think there was another player involved in that trade, but anyway, younger, and they wanted to get rid of Kawhi. It was just a bad tenure with the Clippers. Even though Kawhi the last couple of years he's been looking good, so I don't know. It's just a monumental like maybe bust or debacle. um, and they're even saying that if the trade reverts, like would the desperate teams that like haven't made a move want to take on that kind of risk to get like a player like Kawhi? They said like there was one other team, but my Golden State Warriors, and I'm like, I could only see us. Oh yeah, we get Kawhi, and then we're doing good, and then oh sorry, we got to void the trade. He's going back to the Clippers. We got to take all the wins away or whatever they would do, and damn man, I could really see it happening though. Um, but yeah, it's a sticky situation, but the NBA offseason, there's like no shortage of like headlines. It's crazy. Let's see what else we got. I mean, I'll just give my little 2 cents on this, but I want to get into other things. Seeing like little videos saying, Steph deserves better, which, I agree with, but we're stuck in a situation now and better he's gonna get a 2 year extension for 135 million. I mean, if you're in a bad situation, why not get paid incredible millions um, to kind of suffer? I guess because I don't know what to say about the Warriors anymore. It's just bad situation, especially if you're a fan, and I just don't I don't know what's going on with them. They keep talking about patience, and if I'm Steph, yeah, I really don't have patience, and I just I my main thing is, and I think this is really important to him. I just can't picture him in another jersey. I think being in one jersey that is very important to him, and if other greats like LeBron had that chance and wasn't like the super team starter basically, I feel like that would be important to him too. But Steph has that chance. Like he could really be kind of neck and neck with like a Kobe type player. Kobe played 20 seasons with the Lakers and he just went out and he's in Laker fandom high up forever, you know, and I think that's important to Steph. So that's pretty much that's how I feel about it. That I think he's just trying to see how he can end his legacy with the Warriors, but I don't see him like going anywhere else. But also something that I seen, and kudos to my cousin sent me this reel, and people just be sending me like 3,000 reels a day, like I could keep up. But anyway, he sent me a reel, and these CBS Sports like people were like uh, doing like they were going to each person going, "Do you think LeBron deserves to have his jersey in the Lakers rafters, or he deserves a statue?" And literally, like 5 out of the 6 people said he deserves his jersey in the rafters and a statue with the Lakers. Some people just talk to talk. Like they put no substance behind what they're talking about because it's crazy. He does not deserve that. And that is not me being bitter that he didn't come to Golden State. Deep down, I knew we were going to get swerved, but he does not deserve that. In Cleveland, yes. In LA, hell no. I mean, they just put up Kobe's statue. So, nah. I mean, just, they might have put it up 6 years ago. I'm losing track of time, but whatever. Let's see what else we can, get into. Let's see. It's kind of looking at NBA stuff. Well, maybe this. Like, I was thinking about making a video about this, but maybe I already kind of did. I think I did. I was gonna get into the comparisons of Mike Dunleavy Jr. and Bob Myers, who Bob Myers, man, like I used to have so much respect for him, but the fact that he got in the front office in Philadelphia makes me sick. Just to give a brief thing, just because like he didn't want to deal with the negative of, oh, I might have to say bye to Draymond or Clay. He didn't want to do the tough stuff, which comes with a declining dynasty. And it's like you built it, your respect is forever there, but now you got to deal with the hard stuff. And it seems like he didn't, really want to do that. And I think that's kind of weird. And I was like okay with it as a fan if he just wanted to get out of the front office, be an analyst or whatever. I felt like that makes sense. Like, but now he's over there, Philly, getting Jalen Brown, getting LeBron. It's like, is he gonna like get out before LeBron retires because he doesn't want to say goodbye? Or as soon as Jalen streams, like, I don't know about this Bob Myers motherfucker, is he gonna go, oh, I want to leave. I don't want to be on bad terms with anybody. I mean, I respect what he does, but it's like, come on, man. You couldn't even do the tough stuff with us. You're really close with Draymond, so like people understand. But I don't know. That's just me. That's my little brief thing. All right, let's go back to the home. The home. Um, I'll go back into this a little bit because I made a live about 49ers signing Debo Samuel, and I like that. I like that. It feels good, a little bit of nostalgia that the 49ers could afford. I think he will help the team. Everybody's telling me or saying out loud that Debo is washed, but I was talking a lot of crap last season because I wanted him to leave. I just felt like he wasn't good for us anymore, and I just felt like he thought he was going to do better somewhere else, but I just didn't think he was. And to me, just not paying attention to the Commanders that much, I was like, what first regular season game he had a touchdown, didn't have one ever since. So um, that's kind of how I was like, thinking and stuff like that. But I don't know. Like, what do you guys think? Leave it in the comments. Um, is Debo washed? Um, like, the way I look at it is he was humbled. Okay. He left. He really was a diva, even though he's not a prototypical wide receiver who, those guys you might let get away with diva-ness, like AJ Browns and guys like that. But, he was starting stuff. He left and then, went to Washington, had that. I mean, in my head, he had one touchdown in the beginning of the season and he wasn't really doing stuff. And I was laughing because at the beginning of the year, there was some controversy because he was getting injured and the interviewer asked him about his injury, but they were keeping it quiet. I was like, dude, this guy, every time he falls down on a tackle and goes to the ground, he's out 2 to 4 weeks. That's just how I felt about him, and that's a big thing on him coming over here. And the 49ers got the injury stigma, the substation, allegedly. But his durability is big. So, um, I'm this situation. I'm probably rambling and talking the same stuff I've been saying, but I think overall he's something that the 49ers needed, and he's a good fit. And we got him for a bargain, probably 5 or 6 million a year less than he was holding out for. So I think overall it's good. It's good. So what else we got here? One other kind of 49er thing, I want to see this Stribling kid. I already told myself I think I'm getting this jersey this year before the season starts. But I just have not heard anything bad about this kid. Usually you hear stuff about rookies like, um, they need to, stay focused or they could do this better, that better. And nobody's like saying that. And I love that. And hearing that he was coveted by other teams that didn't get him kind of makes him look like maybe the best pick that the Niners have had in years. Um, and even Mike Evans came out today and he was like, he was trying to show love to the whole receiver room, but he was like, Strib, I gotta love Strib and the things he's doing. And the dude, I don't know if you want to call him the interim coach right now, Forrester, the fucking, the guy that I think he's the ex Miami Dolphin coach that was like sniffing yayo, um, and filmed himself doing it. So glad that that's our interim guy. He was even saying Strib is like he's I trust him already. Like he's very trustworthy. He's a good rook, and I just I'm looking forward to this kid. I really am. And he's wearing my second favorite number, 15. So I'm down. All right, let's see what else we got. Hold on here. Okay. See what else we got here. Hmm. Well, I'm seeing a lot of wrestling stuff um, on my feed, but what do you guys think about wrestling these days? Um, I think it's getting weaker and weaker. Some of the guys like that came back that I when I stopped watching, they're like popping up like the CM Punks and stuff. I like Roman Reigns and stuff. He's a beast. I like the Bloodline stuff, but stuff they got now it just kind of feels weak. You know, storylines aren't interesting, and I think the only thing I kind of like tune into is like the Bloodline. I like Cody Rhodes a little bit, but I think he's kind of like falling off. Um, I miss those like Undertaker like supernatural like storylines. I always liked that. Maybe I had a little morbid curiosity, but I always liked that, and they just don't have anything like that. They have like the Wyatt Six, but they ain't the same since Bray Wyatt passed away. So I don't know. It's just kind of boring. It kind of seems like a money grab these days. Um, but I'm not trying to be too negative, but waiting for something to like kind of like catch my eye or something. But that's my little. I know I never talk about wrestling, but there you go. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. Got. Oh, like I said, I don't talk about baseball like that, but um, that dude on the A's the other day that got hit in the testicles and one of his, you know, man, pieces bursted. That is crazy. I've never seen that in sports at all. And he like kind of pulled it off like, I'm just injured. Like not like I would be going, oh my God. And yeah, I give him kudos because like I would have been in agony, but this guy like was a G about it. Like I said, thugged it out, and kudos to that guy, man. Holy crap! What else we got? Well, let's talk about the 76ers now that they got LeBron. Is that even gonna work? Eh, See, like when the season ended, when Philly got eliminated, you know, I felt like that was a goodbye to Embiid, and they were ready to like cut ties because like his just injury crap is just like it doesn't help them in the long run, and he's like barely holding himself up with band aids going into the postseason, and that's when they need him. So um, kind of think that's the question mark on how good they do. They definitely got the team now, and the starting lineup will be like Maxi, Edgecombe, Jalen, Jalen Brown, LeBron, and Embiid, which is pretty cool. Um, and they have other pickups. I forget his name. The dude from they picked up from Cleveland. Um, he is definitely a shooter. He was showing in that Knicks series too. So I don't know, man. Um, I don't know what else they really got. Um, Beside like that shooter, I'm trying to think of who they got on the bench. Let's see. Okay. Um, let's see. Okay. Who is on the 76ers in 2026. What is the roster? Let's see. Yeah, I'm using Chat GBT. A little quick hitter. Come on, come on, come on. I don't. I feel like if there's, the more talent on a team, like the more crowded you make it, the more problems you have. I always go back to that Lakers team that had Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, Gary Payton. It was like you thought it was a guarantee, but it wasn't. But okay, so guards, they got Tyrese Maxey. They got their first round pick. They got Anthony Simons and VJ Edgecombe. That's not that bad. The Simons I forgot about, and he should be good. And then um, um, they got okay the wings and forwards. They got Jalen Brown, Justin Edwards. I'm not too familiar with him. Bo Camp. Eh. Um, Obviously LeBron. They got Barlow, who I think he did a little bit. Jabari Walker, and okay, the Cleveland guy I was talking about, Dean Wade. I think that's a real under the radar pickup for them. So let's see. Okay, and as far as bigs, Joel Embiid, Adem Bona, um, and whoever this other guy is, Huck 40. Um, Two-way contracts. They got Caleb Love, who I think is a rookie, and Rayon Rupert. So the projected starting five is pretty much what I said. And you think about their reserves for VJ and Maxi, you got Anthony Simons coming in, and then um, the only guy that I really like, if you take Brown and Bocamp out, you got Dean Wade. So I feel like they probably need one more person. And as far as backup centers, I don't think they really got it. But I don't think they're gonna. I don't. It's historic that a super team does not do good in their first year together. So that's that's what I'm thinking. That they're not gonna do good their first year. So whatever. Um, and it's like LeBron. He signed a 2 year deal. So is he definitely done in that last year? Um, I just feel like just stuttering. Specifically talk about LeBron. I think he's doing the 2 year, and then he'll probably play one more year after that, and just go back to Cleveland, end it out. I can't see him doing anything else. But yeah, that's that. Let's go. It's fine. What else we want to get into? Um, Hey, put in the comments also because I like getting other sports podcasts and I wanted to refer some to you guys out there watching. Um, I really like 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I just feel like they have like the best guests, and it's like you really respect Carmelo. Everything you got to say. I love how he was so candid about the KG situation, and if you want to do yourself a favor, go watch the episode with Iman Shumpert where they talk about the KG situation because Iman was on the team with Carmelo and he was the eyewitness and it's hilarious. If I'm bored or I'm working out, I'm putting that on and I just die laughing. But 7 p.m. in Brooklyn, can't wait for Gil's Arena to come back. So glad Rashad McCants is off that. Um, couldn't stand that guy. But yeah, if you got any recommendations, put them down in the comments. And make sure, like always, like, comment, and subscribe. Help your boy out. Let's see what else we can get into. let's go. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, um, let me type this. I'm going to talk about the cat, um, Carl Anthony Towns, his extension. He's extension eligible. So let me look that up. Um, see, because that tells you, and Knicks are like my second favorite team. That tells you um, what it's going to look like in the NBA. Like if the Knicks could even run it back. So let's see. Shit. He is due for a, or he is eligible for a 4 year, $272 million extension. That is crazy. It's basically like 61 million a year. Damn, that's what Steph is getting. And and all they're talking about right now is him taking a pay cut. Like they're basically saying like, "Hey, Brunson did it. You got to do it too. Come on, man. You're a team player." And I was just like, even if he goes down to like 250, 225, he's still making like 50 mil a year. So like he saves them like maybe like 30 to 60 mil, and he's still making 50 mil a year. So I think he's gonna go the generous way. You could just tell the type of guy he is. Everybody has all that zesty talk, about him, but really, he wants to be like the guy in New York. He just wants to be, I don't want to say the savior, but he just wants to always have good standing in New York, especially since he's from Jersey and stuff. And he loves that. So I think he's going to do the right thing, take the pay cut. I think Michael Bridges took a little pay cut too. And, obviously, like I mentioned, Brunson did. And, you know, it's a good look if he does. What else we got here? Definitely diving into the NBA stuff. Shout out to the Valkyries, man. Like, I know people ain't all into WNBA, but they're doing pretty good right now. Um, and that's like a highlight for the WNBA because apparently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't like a whole bunch of the girls that are like together in the NBA, aren't they like cheating on each other right now or something? I know I heard a snippet of that. I'm just like, that is wild. Honestly, you can see that coming. Um, but what else we got here? Uh, see, okay. Um, okay. Oh, and not really Niner news, but man, the Rams got Miles Garrett, obviously such a monster pickup, and Aaron Donald is looking like he's coming back. Like that is so weak. It's just like you're. It's like they're not on a mountaintop, but they're like stacked enough, and it's like you're like, yeah, that's a good situation. Let me go try to get a Super Bowl. So what? You just coming back for this season? Or is it going to be a couple seasons? Like I hate when people do that. It's like we finally got over the we don't got to deal with Aaron Donald, and it's like he's like, hey, I'm retired and bored. Let me come back. Just that's just me. crying as a Niner fan, but Sean McVay is like hinted that it's looking upward and trending upward. So that's something Niners got to deal with. I hope he's not ready by week one. I hope he like joins like halfway down in the season. I hate crap like that, but it's looking like, man, they're gonna be incredible. But what else? Oh, it's something I'll probably address this. I think tomorrow I'm gonna do a live stream on the 49ers training camp to kind of um, wrap up, today's training camp and tomorrow's training camp. But Dre Greenlaw, the bully, man, got that influence back on Fred Warner, man. Got Fred Warner acting like a monster in training camp, trying to annihilate his own players. First, the other day, he tries to punch out a ball from Jordan James, misses because allegedly Jordan James, like, spinned and just broke his rib with the punch. If that wasn't bad enough, there was a scuffle, today. And, Fred Warner's involved with it, and, Greenlaw is too. And, but it's involving Christian McCaffrey and Jake Tonjes, who it's like protect Christian, but Tonjes, sit your ass down, man. But it's like the non-Cabo clique going against the Cabo clique, man. As Grant Cohn says, man. I guess there is something to that Cabo clique stuff. But I don't know how I feel about it. Like, just don't injure our players. But, I like that they're aggressive and, you know, practicing how they're going to play. So, I like that. I don't remember hearing that about Fred last year, but getting his tag team partner, the bully back, I think is having a lot of influence on him. So hopefully Fred could keep it in check. I mean, he's always kept stuff in check, and Dub City, here we come. Come on. What else we got here? Let's see what we got here. Um, what else we got? Oh, I was seeing to follow up on the like Vita Vea possibly getting traded to the Niners. I mean, we're just one of the teams. He just wants to be back in Cali. But they were saying that we might have to give up a big time player, like possibly a CMC. Yeah, that trade's voided. Like, why would we do that? Like, just like give some draft capital, get that guy. We're gonna have to pay him anyway, and we're gonna have to give him CMC. No way. But yeah, I hope that like I know it's quiet on this front, but I hope everything is just kind of quiet, and then maybe the Niners last minute will lure um, Joey Bosa because Nick Bosa's looking good out there. He's looking fit as f, and like why not? He's healed. Why not play with your brother at least one season? We need him, and that would be a good consolation for you know the defensive front. So I hope that ends up happening. It's been very bleak about it, but you know what it is. Always up to something. These Niners. Um, see what else we got here. What else we got here? What else? Yeah, I guess. What else? I don't know. I'm seeing like Zach Levine buyout stuff, but I don't really care about that. That dude is making way too much for his own good right now. Um, if he takes a buyout, I guess that means he's keeping that money, and I guess he'll play for free. But yeah, um, Zach Levine trying to get the hell out of Sacramento, that sinking ship. Um, One guy too that is like kind of floating out there that I wouldn't mind if the Warriors got, but I doubt that we would, and I doubt that he would want to play for us just because allegedly LeBron didn't want to play for us because he couldn't get over the history and stuff. And what about Russell Westbrook? That guy, at least he'd help us with the boards. Decent shooter, not incredible shooter, but toughness. Like I would love having that guy on the Warriors. And I think he's like rumored to be playing and he's getting offers from China and stuff like in Euro teams. So this might be the time that he actually bites and goes over there. Um, but man, Warriors can use him. Might be too steep, but I mean he is a free agent, so if he play for the minimum, then we definitely can get him. But um, that would be nice if we could somehow swindle Russell Westbrook to be a Golden State Warrior. But yeah, only time will tell. And up to right now, the Golden State Warriors have no additions to the team. So be patient. Be very, very patient. I say that obviously sarcastically because Warriors fans are going mental right now. What else we got? Um, um, okay, here's a question. Um, would LeBron surpass Jordan as the GOAT if he wins the title in Philly? Sorry, I gave the indication that I was thinking about that. No, it's just come on, man. Like, yes, I am an old head, and I grew up in the Jordan era, and I can't say anything else. 6-0. Like that's like there's champions and there's elite champions and then there's like greatest of all time. Like Jordan didn't slip up in the finals. Like when it was championship mode, he did not stumble. Like what's LeBron's record right now? What he's 4-6 in finals. I mean, great accomplishment to get to the finals 10 times. Like that is one of those things. But come on, man. Like he's choked too many times in the finals. The finals against the Mavs when he was with the Heat. So you're a super team, and Dirk beat you guys. Dirk. Dirk. And I say that respecting Dirk because Dirk is incredible. But that is who got you guys. And LeBron could not overcome him. I'm just saying, like this new era, like it's just like I'm like staring like a hole through them, going like I can't believe you believe this guy is like the greatest. Like so, crying all the time is the greatest. Like I just can't take anybody serious. Like loving his game, like of course you can. Like I mean, he's a monster. His prototype, like what he's done, like overall is good, but it's not in the league of Michael Jordan. So what? This would be his fifth championship. If he would get it with Philly, like in a championship with five different teams, be Cleveland, Miami, Lakers. Oh, four different teams. Um, that's cool, but a lot of people don't move around like him, so it's just like a championship by circumstance. Like, so what, you're gonna hold that against Steph Curry for having four championships with one team now? So it's just, come on, no, no, it doesn't change. It's like they're only putting that narrative in because the Knicks and how long it took for them to win a championship. So now it's like, okay, that stuff is away now. So, hey, but if LeBron does basically what the Knicks do, but he's on the team with the Sixers, that puts him in like a whole nother league, right? No, no, it's just his fifth championship. And honestly, I don't put him ahead of Curry in the GOAT conversation, even with a fifth championship. I just don't. And why I don't is because that was LeBron's time, and Steph Curry took it. He stole his era. If you want to argue with that, I'll argue all day about that. Steph stole LeBron's era. For that simple fact, a fifth championship doesn't put him, ahead of Steph. And what's Steph's record? I think 4-2 in finals. He's 4 out of 6, man. It's pretty good compared to, if LeBron gets the fifth, that'll be what is that? He'll be 5-6. Hey, LeBron, 40% in the finals, pretty good. Maybe you shouldn't have made it there those many times because it fucked up your percentage. But that's just me. Sorry, I'm a he didn't come to Golden State, so everybody is gonna say, "Oh, he just didn't come to you guys. Now you're hating." No, watch previous videos. All right, it's MJ till I die. And honestly, with my friend, I was getting in an argument because he couldn't believe what I was saying. I was just like, I rival Curry with Jordan. He's just so spectacular. The moments that I've seen, and I'm just like, I can't believe I got to be a fan of this on my team and experience all this stuff. Like even little things like going to the game and watching his practice routine. This guy's mental. Like he's just so good. And yeah, so if you want to take that and clip it, yeah, I rival uh, uh you know Curry and Jordan are just pretty close to each other. I probably give Jordan the edge because he is undefeated, but he also didn't have to play against LeBron, and he didn't have to play in a series where Durant broke his damn leg, and um, Clay was hobbling on you know, a bad Achilles and still shot his free throws. Salute to Kobe. Salute to Clay. But yeah, so that's my little rant for the MJ stuff. Let's see what else we got. Um, let's see. Um, what else we got? Talk about. I just mentioned Durant. Is that guy like in like the background of the NBA or what? Something was up with that whole series that LeBron just like overshadowed him because he was injured. That was weird. Like it kind of just made me feel like, do NBA players like not push themselves anymore? Like, and these are supposed to be the legends. And I'll salute LeBron for always keeping his body in shape, even though he looks pretty anorexic going into year what 24, like in his workout videos. Jesus, but Durant, he feels like he still scores and everything, but he's feeling like a non-factor almost. I think he should have actually came to Golden State and not denied that that trade request that the Warriors had. It's just what I'm saying. Think about it. You know, come to Golden State. It's not all on your back. You can rely on Steph a little bit. Kind of nice, but whatever. It happened. So, and this guy's screwing up his career too. Oh, go to Brooklyn. Yeah, didn't do nothing. Oh, let's go to Phoenix. Still didn't do nothing. Young Bulls just sweeping you out of the playoffs. I can't get over that. Shout out to Ant Man, but that shouldn't happen. And then, oh, I want out. They don't respect me. Oh, I'm going to Houston. Oh, I used to go to Texas University. It'll be just like old times. No, I'm sure. Uh, well, what's your coach's name? I was gonna call him Okafor. That shows how old I am. Whatever. Your coach is probably punking you in the locker room. I mean, he don't think nothing of LeBron. So what does he think of you? But yeah, you're in the background of the NBA. You're a factor, but then you're not. So I mean, one other thing that is just really, I'll make it quick on this. The Glaze Fest that Draymond did for LeBron this offseason, you like, I always thought, oh, you're glazing him because, yeah, he's coming to the Warriors. The fact that you glazed him and he still said, nah, Draymond can't redeem himself for that. Like, dude, he's over there, like in that golf clip, like talking crap to Kevin Hart and LeBron. And LeBron and Kevin Hart are probably going, I already got my bags packed for Philly. And he's over there talking like he's cool, like, yeah, LeBron, you're my best friend, and we're going to win one more in Golden State. And what happened? Draymond got suckered. He showed all the glaze and didn't reap the benefits. Pause. But yeah, sorry, Draymond, you can't redeem yourself from the Glaze tour of the offseason 2026. Sorry, buddy. Um, I hope you clip this and put it on your podcast because your podcast is getting pretty lame because you just every single podcast you have a segment about LeBron and like LeBron's decision. LeBron, our golfing trip in Puerto Rico. LeBron's, my one of my good friends. Me, Rich Paul, and LeBron, we went and ate seafood. It's like, bro, shouldn't have exposed your hand like that, man. Glaze tour, unredeemable. But hopefully you help us out this year. Try doing that, okay? Try doing that harder than you glazed. Pause. But that's just me. What else we got? Thank you to the viewers, man. We've been on here for like over an hour. Loving that. What else we got? Um, what else? It looks like we're running dry right here. But see, um, we just hit this real quick. The Kyle Shanahan stuff that I've been covering thoroughly in my lives, like people have just been on my line about just keeping it real. And people were acting like, oh, I gotta know uh, what happened to Kyle and everything, which I didn't really care. Like, glad that he's good and everything. He's a genius coach and everything. Um, and people like on my Facebook authentic take page. By the way, go follow that. Um, they were like going, "Why do you deserve to know anything?" And I'm like, the only thing I want to know is like, why was this delayed? That's it. That's all I want to know. And then stuff came out because of the way they handled it, and Kyle didn't want to be looked at like he was lying on some chick that obviously got hit and it wasn't her fault. So I just, I loved how people just gave me crap for that. And I was like, dude, like he could come out with it later and he could have just said, I got in a serious car accident and I have no further comment. Thank you. That's all you had to say. But I just wanted to know, why did you delay it, buddy? Like, why? Um, and you're seeing that stuff's coming out because of the way they handled it, and we just got to be better. But I just can't believe so many people covered this up. And I mean, cover it up like just were mum on it until it came out. So that was my whole gripe. Everybody getting on my line about it. Well, looks like I was right. So, like I said in my previous video, I'm accepting apologies in the comments. You could, I accept apologies in the form of like, comment, and subscribe. But that's all I'm saying. Like, I'm never trying to deep dive into people's business, but I was just like, why is this guy like not disclosing this stuff? It's weird, you know. Antonio Brown has a domestic disturbance with his baby mama, and it's like all over TMZ. And like, the moment it happens, the moment he gets arrested, like, so um, I was just, that's what had me curious. And by the way, he was driving a Tesla. Anybody in a Tesla, you might want to second guess that. A lot of accidents in those things. And I've been seeing these cyber trucks rolling around in the Bay Area lately. They look like ass. I seen one with like three racks on the top, and I'm like blacked out. And nah, I'm not spending my hard-earned money on that BS. But let's see if there's a couple more things we could talk about in the sports world. Make sure you leave comments about what I addressed or what you want to address, or you have suggestions, um, or if you think I'm great, or if you think I suck. It's all good. What else? Um, uh, huh? Um, okay, this is the thing too that I seen today. This might be like a little way to wrap it up. Um, is okay, the Fred Warner and Dre Greenlaw like fighting in camp. It seems like there's a lot more fighting in camp because I seen Jamar Chase like throw his DB's helmet at one of them. Kenneth Walker the third in Chiefs camp, Tranquil, if that's how you say his name. Uh, I guess he didn't like it. I think it was their last day before pads, and he kind of like gave him a little shot that like kind of put him on the ground a little bit. That made Walker like lose his balance, and Walker got up and like threw the ball at his face. So I think everybody's getting into it right now, and it must be in the air, and I love that. That means football's back. I think 2 3 weeks first preseason game, so I'm gonna be loving that. Um, but a lot of fighting in training camp. I like that. I mean, that's what football is. Um, but I think that's funny. I think that's funny. Let me see it. Let me see. see. Let's see. Let's see. Um, oh, I think that's kind of what's current right now. Um, all right, I guess that's gonna do it for me. Like always, hit that like button. Helps my channel. Really helps my channel. Make sure you drop your comments, anything you want to talk about on this live stream, and make sure you subscribe. Trying to go to the mountaintop. I love talking sports. So tell your friends, hit the subscribe button. And this has been the Authentic Take. Until next time, I'm outie.